Yehovah, please fill me with the Ruach HaKodesh, that I may speak your written words with boldness to those who listen. I ask all these things in Yeshua HaMashiach's name, amen. We'll start with the Shema, listen and obey. Children of Yehovah, pay careful attention and respond. Yehovah is our power and authority. Yehovah works in unity with himself, and you shall act upon your love to Yehovah with your power and authority, with your thoughts and mind, with your entire body, and with all the muchness that you have. Yod, Hey, Vav, Hey. Hand, behold, nail, behold. Exodus chapter 4. Moshe replied, "But I'm certain they won't believe me, and they won't listen to what I say, because they'll say, 'Yehovah did not appear to you.'" Yehovah answered him, "What is it that's in your hand?" And he said, "A staff." He said, "Throw it on the ground." And he threw it on the ground. It turned into a snake, and Moshe recoiled from it. Then Yehovah said to Moshe, "Put your hand out and take it by the tail." He reached out with his hand and took hold of it, and it became a staff in his hand. This is so that they will believe that Yehovah, the God of their fathers, the God of Abraham, the God of Yitzhak, and the God of Yaakov, has appeared to you. Furthermore, Yehovah said to him, Now put your hand inside your coat." He put his hand in his coat, and when he took it out, his hand was leprous, as white as snow. Then God said, "Now put your hand back in your coat." He put his hand back in his coat, and when he took it out, it was as healthy as the rest of his body. If they won't believe you or heed the evidence of the first sign, they will be convinced by the second. But if they aren't persuaded even by both these signs and still won't listen to what you say, then take some water from the river and pour it on the ground. The water you take from the river will turn into blood on the dry land. Moshe said to Yehovah, "Oh, Yehovah, I am a terrible speaker. I always have been, and I'm no better now, even after you've spoken to your servant. My words come slowly. My tongue moves slowly." Yehovah answered him, "Who gives a person a mouth? Who makes a person dumb or deaf, keen-sighted or blind? Isn't it I, Yehovah? Now therefore go, and I will be with your mouth and will teach you what to say." But he replied, "Please, Lord, send someone else, anyone you want." At this, Yehovah's anger blazed up against Moshe. He said, "Don't you have a brother? Aaron the Levi. I know that he's a good speaker. In fact, here he is now, coming out to meet you, and he'll be happy to see you. You will speak to him and put the words in his mouth, and I will be with your mouth and his, teaching you both what to do. Thus he will be your spokesman to the people. In effect, for you, he will be a mouth, and for him, you will be like God. Now take this staff in your hand, because you'll need it to perform the signs." Moshe left, returned to Yitro, his father-in-law, and said to him, "I beg you, let me go and return to my kinsmen in Egypt to see if they're still alive." Yitro said to Moshe, "Go in peace." Yehovah said to Moshe in Midian, "Go on back to Egypt, because all the men who wanted to kill you are dead." So Moshe took his wife and sons, put them on a donkey, and started out for Egypt. Moshe took God's staff in his hand. Yehovah said to Moshe, "When you get back to Egypt, make sure that you do before Pharaoh every one of the wonders I have enabled you to do. Nevertheless, I am going to make him hard-hearted, and he will refuse to let the people go. Then you are to tell Pharaoh, 'Yehovah says, Israel is my firstborn. I have told you to let my son go in order to worship me, but you have refused to let him go. Well, then I will kill your firstborn son.'" At a lodging place on the way, Yehovah met Moshe and would have killed him had not Zipporah taken a flint stone and cut off the foreskin of her son. She threw it at his feet, saying, "What a bloody bridegroom you are for me!" But then God let Moshe be. She added, "A bloody bridegroom because of the circumcision." Yehovah said to Aaron, "Go into the desert to meet Moshe." He went, met him at the mountain of God, and kissed him. Moshe told him everything Yehovah had said in sending him, including all the signs he ordered him to perform. Then Moshe and Aaron went and gathered together all the leaders of the people of Israel. Aaron said everything Yehovah had told Moshe, who then performed the signs for the people to see. The people believed when they heard that Yehovah had remembered the people of Israel and seen how they were oppressed. They bowed their heads and worshiped. How can we learn to love our Creator after reading Exodus 4? We can listen and obey to the directions of Yehovah. Trust wholeheartedly to Yehovah. Know that Yehovah had Moshe perform the work of Elohim for others to believe. Know that the signs were used to persuade, convince, and listen. Trust Elohim, the maker of heaven and earth, to speak through you. Know that Elohim will bring people into your life to help you with your weaknesses. Know that Yehovah will teach us what to say. Ask Yehovah to use you for his kingdom and his glory. Aim to go in peace wherever you go. Aim to do all that Yehovah has ordered you to do. Know that Yehovah can make someone's heart hard. Know that Yehovah will do whatever it takes to get people to do what his will is. Know that somehow circumcision is pleasing in the sight of Yehovah. Know that the word of Yehovah is full of mysteries. What a bloody bridegroom you are for me, a bloody bridegroom because of the circumcision. Know that it appears that this event saves the life of Moshe from Yehovah killing him. Share with others who need to know the plans of Elohim, then do them. Trust that Yehovah remembers his people. Bow your head and worship Yehovah. How can we love others as Yeshua loves us? We can listen, obey, and trust wholeheartedly the plans of Yehovah. How can we bear one another's burdens? We can be used of Yehovah for the salvation of others. Produce spiritual fruit, love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, humility, and self-control. And the Aaronic blessing. Yehovah will kneel before you presenting gifts, and he will guard you with a hedge of protection. Yehovah will illuminate the wholeness of his being toward you, bringing order, and he will provide you with love, sustenance, and friendship. Yehovah will lift up the wholeness of his being and look upon you and will set in place all you need to be whole and complete.